Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? It's just gone 5 o'clock here in the UK. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's going well. It is time for launch party this evening. 2 hours of bringing you some of the best launches that you may well have missed over the course of the last couple of weeks. Loads lined up for you, so I hope you can stick with us over the course of the show. We have got the Thanksgiving collection coming up. We've got the cracker die on the way. We've also got the strip border dies, which I know you guys absolutely loved last week too. So all of that is coming up. As always, we are live and interactive right across the show, and we're doing a giveaway in this show too, which is marvellous. I will tell you more about that in just a few moments' time. But simply for commenting this evening, you could be winning yourself a bundle of goodies. More on that in just a second. Let's say hello to the lady who's with me providing the inspiration over the course of the next couple of hours. She's been here all week so far, bossing those Craft Your Stash shows. And it's the one and only Lilly Fletcher. By the way, apologies if I'm shouting just a little bit. We have got quite heavy rain here, and we've got a tin roof. So if you're wondering what that noise is, that's what it is. And if I'm shouting, I'm only shouting so Lilly can actually hear me, because it's quite difficult to hear, isn't it?
Hello?
Pardon?
Hello, can you hear me? Just about. I hope you guys at home can hear as well. We have got terrific rain outside. It's absolutely hammering it down. So definitely the time to stay in, stay crafting, stay warm. And we've got tons coming up on this launch party show. Everything from our strip border dies that we launched, I think that was just last week, a week or two ago, with those fantastic new dies. The Thanksgiving collection, we've got that cracker die. I'm going to show you how to create a bit of a bigger cracker using that die collection. And we've got one of my personal favourites, the Patchwork creator card dies as well. It's going to be a jam-packed 2 hours, lots of demos, lots of inspiration hopefully, so I hope you can join us for the full show.
Thank you so much everybody who has already been in touch. It's so off-putting. Susie's on the socials tonight.
Woohoo!
Already in is Carol saying good morning everyone. Hello. Hello Lenore, he says hello, I'm looking forward to the show. Shirley de Rocher says hello from Montreal. It's been a while and I'm excited. Well, we're excited to have you back, Shirley. Rita Jackson says hello everybody from Pineville, Louisiana. Hello to Jen Shank, who says good afternoon. Oh, it's subsiding. Jessica Stricker says good morning everybody. And Sarah Thompson says hello everyone from a cool Tennessee morning. Just to tell you, the giveaway that we've got on this show is thus all of these goodies from the Wild at Heart and also Flamingo collection. We're basically celebrating the fact, and you can probably guess from the goodies that we've got here, we're celebrating the fact that it is Debbie Robinson's birthday today. I think she's 21 again, right about that. 20, oh she's 20 apparently,
20.
Producer Nicholas just said. So we've got all these goodies to give away to celebrate Debbie's birthday. If you fancy popping over onto her page and wishing her a happy birthday, I'm sure she would love that. But one person will win all of these goodies. All you need to do is comment along on the show, maybe ask a question or join in with our talker today. So it's Debbie's birthday. It is also National Hero Day today. So who is your hero? Crafting or not, let us know in the comments who is your hero and why, and you could be winning that at the end of the show. Just talking about weather as well, we must just mention all of our friends in America, because we try and keep up to date with things that are going on, and we obviously know there's the terrible hurricane, isn't there, in Florida. So if you are that way, if you are affected by that, of course we send you all of our love and well wishes. All right, let's go then, and we're going to start off tonight with the strip border dies. We launched these last week, I think, didn't we? Yes. And they're absolutely brilliant. 4 dies you're going to get within the showstopper. The showstopper is so much more than just the dies as well. But these are super useful, actually. Brilliant for kind of adding decorative elements to your projects. Brilliant as well, as Craig showed us on the launch, to create backgrounds with. Also, a brilliant size if you want to decorate your boxes too. And we mentioned the fact that these have got no cutting edge on the end. You can extend these. So we were talking about potentially using them to decorate things like your cakes, maybe cupcakes, all those different kind of things. But you're going to get 4 different designs, all named after French cities. So the first one here, which I think was Craig's favourite on the launch, wasn't it, is Cannes, because it's got that sort of diagonal striped effect there, which you could use for your sort of candy cane Christmas designs. This next one here is Toulouse. You have also got the beautiful Marseille. And then lastly, also super intricate, is your Bordeaux. Now, within the showstopper, you pay for the 4 dies. You then also pay for your tape pen. This is your standard glue tape pen, the original design, 72 feet you're getting there, 22 meters. If you watched the Crafty Stash a little bit earlier on with Lily, you will know all about your tape pens now, and you'll be a tape pen aficionado. You're also going to pay within the showstopper for your Centura Pearl. So this is the Pastels collection. You're getting 40 sheets in here, 5 colours, 8 sheets of each. All of those beautiful pastels, baby pink, baby blue. You've got your mint green in there as well. So all of that is included. And then for free within the bundle, we give you your Dotty tape pen. So again, go back and watch the show a little bit earlier on. Brilliant for your intricate sticks, as we found out. You get that for free. Alongside that, we're going to give you the ribbon from the Kingfisher collection as well. That's your seam binding ribbon. And you also get your tricolour aquas from that same collection too. So water-soluble pens. You've got 3 pens, but actually 3 colours within each pen. So 9 colours, but as you know, plenty more than that, because once you start adding your water, you've got all your gradients of colour within the 9 colours that you've got there. And of course, you can mix them around, create different palettes too. It's a brilliant price. $36.78 for all of that if you're platinum, or $49.58 if you just want the strip border dies on their own. There is a bundle available, or if indeed you just want individual dies, again, check the website for that. A few more quick hellos and we'll get into it. We'll say hi to Crystal Hodges, who's in. Hillary's in with Holly, saying hello everyone from Hillary and Holly Collie. Karen Hogue says it's raining here in Richmond, BC, Canada. Stacey Brown says hello Ben and Lily. I can hear the rain. Can you hear us though? That's the question. Cheryl Cap says hello from Nebraska. Send some rain to us. You're welcome to it all, honestly. Helen Stewart says hello everyone. Yes, we can hear the heavy rain. We've had rain all day. We've had rain all day.
All day.
All day.
Aye, lad.
Here in Birkenhead.
Why aye.
But I've enjoyed the lunchtime show and I've made some cards. Hi Altje in the Netherlands. Hello Linda Noel in Nebraska. Trish Lestelle in Nevada. And Amani says hello everyone from Kentucky. Wendy's in Newcastle. And Zoe Carver is in West Sussex. Michelle Morgan joins us from a sunny Kentucky. Keep the comments coming through. Remember, we're after your hero, please, this evening. I can already see a few of those comments coming through. And we'll read some of those out in just a little while. But shall we get on to and have a look at these strip border dies with our Lily? Which one are you going to craft with?
I think we're going to go in with the Bordeaux first of all. This for me, I think it's my favourite. Mind you, if I chose another one, then that would be my favourite. You know what I'm like, I'm terrible for choosing a favourite, but at this moment in time, my favourite is going to be the Bordeaux. So much detail within this one die. It's a little bit wider than some of the other dies as well, giving you lots and lots of possibilities for really filling up those larger cards if you do like to make bigger cards, or perhaps home decor or box making as well. Within all of these, like Ben was saying earlier, you've got those 2 cutting edges on the left and right hand side, but you don't have a cutting blade at the top or bottom, which means you can extend this as long or as short as you so choose. So we've got a piece of our black cardstock here to start with, and we're just going to take our die. We've actually got our cardstock slightly shorter than that length of the die. It's a really long die. It's about 8 inches in length, but of course you don't always have to use that full length of the die. If you want to use just a section, then by all means you can go ahead and do that with total and utter ease. So we've got our black cardstock there, a couple of pieces of our low tack tape left and right hand sides, and then we'll just run that through our die cutting machine. Now with these being quite long and thin dies, although we're using our Gemini 2 die cutting machine here, you could use it on your smaller machines. It will go through those smaller machines as well. So lots of different possibilities in terms of the machines that you're using. I can barely hear it. I know Ben's laughing over the other side of the cage. I can barely hear anything. When Ben's talking, I can't hear him, and I think he can't hear me either.
Do you know what? I literally can't hear you, and I couldn't even hear the sound of the Gemini 2 then. It's that loud.
It's very, very noisy in here, I have to say. So I hope you guys at home can hear. If you can't, let us know and I'll get my foghorn out and I'll start speaking a lot louder. But yeah, it is noisy. So you can see there we've got that absolutely gorgeous die cut detail, one pass through that machine, and you can see you've got all that filigree, just a couple of pieces to poke out at the bottom there. And you've got that gorgeous, gorgeous design. That's quite flexible as well. So like Ben was saying, that could be wrapped around, perhaps you're decorating a decorative candle or something like a birthday cake. By all means, you could wrap that around as well, actually. If you've got our fabulous cracker die that we'll be having a little look at later on in the show, what you could be doing is you could be actually creating your cracker and then wrapping that around that center section. Again, if it's not quite long enough, just multiple cut it, and then you can increase the length of this border. What we've gone ahead and done already is we've taken that same die again and we've cut that from some of our lovely pink cardstock. This is actually from the Sorrow Signature Wild at Heart collection, I do believe. So this is one for Debbie for sure. I know she loves the Wild at Heart collection just as much as I do, which is saying something because it's one of my all-time favourite collections. I think it's just absolutely stunning. And the pink with the black is really going to pop against our card base. So like Ben was saying as well, if you tuned into our earlier Craft Your Stash, you will know all about these dotted tape pens and how fabulous they are when we're adhering something as delicate as this beautiful die. So just lining that up with the piece underneath just to give us a slight drop shadow. So just getting those crosses in the middle lined up and then just allowing that rest of the die to be lined up perfectly. So you can see it's lined up in the middle and then line it up along the edges just to give us an ever so slight little border, little drop shadow of black to really make that design pop that little bit more. We've got a little straggler at the top there, so we just grab our pokey tool and just get those couple of waste pieces out, and then we can trim the bottom there so it's going to be the right sort of length that we need for our project. That's our border all created and ready to go. We'll bring in at this point another piece of our white linen cardstock. Now this is being cut to the same height as this piece and it's about the same width as that center section. If we're to stick this to our card base, there's not really any room on that die cut to apply any of our foam tape or our foam pads. It's a little bit too intricate. So by popping this little piece down the center here, it'll give us that little bit of design element in the center, but it'll also give us that space, that room to actually pop our foam pads so we can have our border raised up from our card and really make a feature of it. So let's go in with our dotted tape pen just around that center section. We don't need to cover the whole of that border. And then we'll flip that over, we'll take our strip of linen cardstock, we'll line that up top and bottom, making sure it's nice and central on that piece, and then burnish that to make sure it's nicely adhered. And then we've got our border there with the ability to actually pop our foam on the back. Just trim that bit at the bottom there just to make sure it's nice and flush, and we are good to go with our border. At this point, we're going to bring in another piece of cardstock that we've already matted and layered. So we've got our white linen cardstock as the base. We have got our black cardstock. Then we've got that same lovely raspberry linen cardstock. And we're going to adhere our border onto this panel that we've matted and layered. So a bit of foam tape onto the back of that. And just to get that dimension, it's going to cast the drop shadows underneath all of those lovely, delicate filigree elements at the sides. And it's going to make a real feature by having it raised up proud from our panel. So we'll just line that up on that left-hand side. At this point, we'll leave that to one side and we'll bring in our card base. Now, if you don't have A3 cardstock in your crafty stash, but you still want to make larger size cards, then all you can do is use your A4 card to create those larger card bases. So here, we've got our front piece, which we've cut down to 6.5 by 7.5 inches. And then for our back piece, all we've done is we've gone for the same width there, which is our 6.5. But instead of 7.5 at the top, we've added on another half, so it's going to be 8 inches by 6.5. We've scored at 1/2 inch, and that's basically just going to be our little flap there where we can adhere the two pieces together. So just showing, if you've only got A4 cardstock in your crafty stash, I know personally I don't have any A3 linen cardstock in my stash, but you can still create those larger card bases that we all love to create for real impact, but still using that A4 size of cardstock. Give that a little bit of a burnish, and you've got a freestanding card base, nice and easy to put together. Then we'll bring in a few mats and layers, and I had to bring in one of my favourite ever paper pads. It's that special effects pad that we brought with our Sorrow Signature Wild at Heart. And I wish you guys at home could feel this. It's got that lovely sort of flock effect to that paper, so it's got that beautiful texture. I've actually decorated my boxes, some of my boxes, my craft room. The labels have some of this gorgeous paper on, so you've got that lovely texture to the labels on my boxes. I have to have a bit of fanciness to even my storage in my craft room, so I absolutely adore this paper pad. And the same mats and layers as this top layer, so we've got our black and then we've got our raspberry, and these two are just going to go together like so. And we'll bring in a bit of foam tape to go onto the back of this piece here. So we'll go in with our foam type. And guys at home, Benny's still here. He literally cannot hear me across the studio, so he will talk a little bit later on. If anyone thinks Ben's gone home or anything like that, I promise you he's not. He's still here, but he literally cannot hear me from across the studio. So once we finish the demo, I will let him speak and let you guys at home know that he's still here. It's not just me crafting away in my very little own world. I think he's just heard that.
It's having to relay in my ear what Lily is saying. And she just said, Lily's just letting everyone know that you're still here. I can't hear her, so there's no point in me trying to make conversation because I can't hear what she's saying. I can see she's doing a grand job, so I'll just watch with you guys. Hopefully the rain will subside and we can have a chat.
I know. I just wanted to let everyone know at home that Benny's definitely still here in case anybody gets concerned, but he literally just cannot hear me. So we've got our base card matting laid up, some of that beautiful textured paper there. We've got our border. We need a little bit of embellishment onto the right-hand side. And I dug out my Wild at Heart collection for this card. I thought it'd be perfect for use with this sort of colourway. So we've gone in with the sentiment stamp from that range, which is our fabulous friend. We'll pop one of our nice large foam pads onto the reverse of there and we'll just line that up on the top right hand side. We've got a little bow which can embellish that as well, so we'll pop our little bow down onto that side just to finish off that sentiment.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yay!
He's there, woohoo! You watch, it might be dry for about 10 minutes or so. By the time this show's over and we have to swim home, it'll start raining again. You watch.
Yeah, you'll have to like flag down a boat or something.
Yeah. Gondola, any passing gondolas in Aycliffe?
Newton Aycliffe gondolas, yeah.
There might be, you never know. Well, stranger things have happened, I'm sure.
Oh,
but it subsided for about a second or two. And in that time, we'll just pop our little bow on there.
Fabulous.
We'll bring in our pair of shoes, once again from our Wild at Heart collection. I always do this, and I'm never quite sure why I do this.
What's that?
Is I take huge, great foam pads, and I cut them down when I could just use small foam pads. It would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? But no,
you might have already touched on this in the last 10 minutes. I might have done when you weren't listening. Whilst you were talking. But the strip border dies, like they literally go with any collection, don't they?
Oh,
you can work them into whatever collection you're currently kind of working with, can't you?
Absolutely. They're almost like, in my mind, they're like add-on dies. So they're going to add on and embellish and further enhance everything you've already got in your crafty stash. I have to say, when I was prepping this demo, I was sort of spoilt for choice a little bit. I thought, what collection do I bring in to this card? Because you really can mix and match these with pretty much anything you've got in your craft stash. I know Craig did that fabulous demo with the Colour Your World, which looked amazing. So, of course, you can bring in those lovely bright colours, or if you prefer something a little bit more sassy like this one, then why on earth not? Or just bring in perhaps your neutral colour tones. Maybe it's going to be a wedding card, an anniversary card, but you can see they're quite a simple card to put together, just a few layers, but bringing in some additional items you've got in your crafty stash just to finish it off. And I'll just trim that off because I can't look at that any longer. It looks scratty as anything. So we'll just go in with our nice big pair of scissors. If anyone tuned in yesterday, they will remember that I couldn't find the 6-inch scissors. Well, I still can't find them, so going in the great big massive scissors today. But anyway, there we go. Our card is nice and good to go with our beautiful strip border die. We've created our own card base using 2 sheets of A4 cardstock, few embellishments, and that is how fabulous and easy those strip border dies can be.
Absolutely brilliant. Whilst I didn't get to hear any of that, I loved watching it.
I could have been saying anything, couldn't I? I've missed an opportunity there. I could have been saying absolutely anything.
Yeah, you could have. Never mind. Never mind. Next time.
I will. Don't worry.
But yeah, brilliant project. And as you've seen, like a set which is going to be so useful, I think, for you across whatever collection it is that you're currently sort of vibing with.
Excuse me. A collection that you are currently vibing with?
Yeah. You know, what's your vibe? I'm talking. You know,
he's down with the kids again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anybody at home, I hope you sympathise with me. I've got no idea what he's talking about.
You slayed the day away there, Lily.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Is that to do with Santa and his sleigh? Who knows? Could be anything. Talking of foreign languages.
You ate and left no crumbs.
I ate and left no crumbs.
Yep. It's all good. It's all good.
Let's hope so.
These are the dies. That was fire. That wasn't everyone. Fire. These are all of the dies that you're going to be getting, named after 4 beautiful French cities. Toulouse is the first. We chatted as well. You might have mentioned this in. I don't know what you said for the last 20 minutes. You could do a bit of ribbon threading with these as well, couldn't you, if you wanted?
I didn't mention that, but it's true. You could.
Oh dear. Again, with these, I know I touched on it earlier on, but you can extend these if you wanted to wrap them. This one sort of struck me to use around your Christmas cake, but wrapping candles potentially
I'll tell you what I've just thought. Does anyone at home remember when we brought you our iris folding dies a few years ago? The little paper strips that you got in there.
Oh, yeah.
I've got them in a box somewhere, goodness knows where they are, but I've got some. If you've got any of those left off, use them to thread instead of ribbon.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, or if you've got old quilling strips, when we used to do quilling back in the day, if you've got all those pre-cut strips, why on earth not use them?
Yeah, so like really thin strips of paper, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great idea.
That one I'm thinking, you know, it's so fine in the middle. What about a bit of thread or twine?
Yeah, could do, couldn't you? I think it was, or it might have been with the next one actually. Like if you were making, you know, we've got those dies where you've got like the jacket.
Modern Man.
Modern Man, yeah. You could almost have like, you know, when you have like a dress shirt, you could almost have that and then put some of your buttons down the front as well from your buttons and buckles collection.
Yeah, if you've got a dinner party invitation, wedding invitation, anything like that, anything fancy, be nice.
So that is the full collection that you're getting of your dies. However, like we said, if you go for the showstopper, best value for money, you get one of our tape pens. So that is the standard original tape pen, 22 meters, 72 feet of stick right there. So you're paying for that alongside your Centura Pearl in the beautiful pastel. So 310 GSMs, A4 in size, and you're getting your 40 sheets there. So you're getting all of these beautiful 5 colours, 8 sheets of each to give you your 40. And then for free within the bundle, you're going to receive another one of our tape pens. This time it is the Dotty, so great for all of your intricate sticks, hence why we've put it in the bundle. You're going to be getting your ribbon included as well, so that is your seam binding ribbon from the Kingfisher collection. Plus, you've got your tricolour aqua markers there as well. All of those pens, 3 different colours per pen, of course, though, so plenty of opportunity once you start making your own palettes with those to do your watercolour effects. That is £36.78 or £49.58. Everything available individually. If you just want the dies on their own, there is a bundle for you. Indeed, if you just want one or a couple of the dies, again, you can go for those. Just shop the show. Few quick comments. In fact, there's loads of comments coming through. We'll tackle a few of these and we'll give you opportunity to get checked out. I must say hi to Helen, who says, what a beautiful card, Lily.
Thank you.
This collection is in my basket.
Woohoo!
Nice card, Lily, says Stephanie.
Thank you.
Jessica says, what a gorgeous card.
Oh, thanks.
And loads of lovely comments coming through as far as who is your hero.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm interested. Who is it going to be?
Who's your hero or heroine?
I'm not sure. Oh. I think growing up, a lot of my heroes or people that I sort of idolised or looked up to were athletes. Which reminds me, I watched a very good programme on Daley Thompson last night. I would definitely recommend.
I used to love Daley Thompson.
Yeah, it's a brilliant programme.
What was that on?
It's on BBC iPlayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half. My sister recommended it to me and it's absolutely brilliant. Talk about a sportsman, an absolute inspiration.
He was a decathlete, wasn't he?
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I always remember my mum, she always used to fancy Daley Thompson.
I think, to be fair, I think my mum might have done as well. It was one of those, that generation, like everybody idolised him. He was amazing, incredible athlete. So definitely worthy of being an idol or a hero, I'd say.
Poor Nicola, that is a question. Nicola's just asked who my mum fancied more. Was it Tom Selleck or Daley Thompson?
I don't know who the other one is.
I'm not doing my Tom Selleck. No, I haven't got a moustache, so I can't do it. I think probably Tom Selleck was probably the.
Who is it?
No, I can't.
Like,
no.
what did they do?
It would take too long to explain, and it wouldn't work because I don't have a moustache.
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, fine. That's me told.
I don't want to do it. I'm not a performing seal.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
So I've heard otherwise.
Few quick ones then. So hi to Pax says, good afternoon Ben, Lily and Susie and all my crafting friends from a sunny and cooler New Jersey. Jeffrey Langley joins us.
Hello.
Stephanie joins us.
Hello.
Mary Beth Doyle's in from Minnesota. And some lovely messages here. So Sarah Thompson says, my hero is my father. He was such an inspiration to me. He suffered from Alzheimer's for nearly 10 years before he passed, 2 days before my 50th birthday. But he made me the strong lady that I am today. Hi to Jane. He says, my hero would be my mum. She was there for me until the end. She taught me all the essentials in life, but most of all, she taught me to be kind. I lost her when I was 28, and most importantly, she taught me how to laugh at myself and make the best of a bad situation. She taught you many great things, I think, there. And Stephanie Theodore says, my hero is my husband. He says I drive him crazy, but if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my life as it is. We're loving all of these, very heartwarming messages. Yeah, keep them coming in. National Hero Day today. Also, D-Rob's birthday. Of course, she's all our hero. I mean,
Of course.
she is, isn't she?
She is, yeah. Top of the tree, our Dabs.
Yeah. But who is your hero? We want to know, please. And any general comments and questions you want to fire in, we'll get you in that draw at the end of the show to win loads of goodies. Right, we are going to go for a short break. Opportunity to get your baskets checked out, and we'll meet you back here with more demos in just a mo.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
Don't ask me. I don't know. Down in the booklet, yeah? There's more info there. Bottom of the screen, there you go. View the birthday booklet. There's the link. There's the link. You'll find it across all sorts of our social pages. I shared it again today actually on my page. It's on Insta. It's everywhere. But if you go to our crafters pages, you'll see it and you can have a good look. I feel like...
dancing? No, definitely not.
I always feel like dancing. We've gone early with the sneaky peek this year, so you've got a great opportunity to have a real peruse of the birthday booklet, get a feel for what is going to be coming your way over the 2 weeks, and also have a good look as to what is going to be launching. So, yeah, download it, have a look. If indeed you've already had a look, let us know in the comments what you've got your eye on, what you're going to be spending your hard-earned pennies on. We would love to know. And do make sure you join us for the 2 weeks. It's going to be amazing. We've got some brilliant shows lined up and all of the usual surprises and reasons to tune in is all I will say. I will say no more than that. But make sure... Am I allowed to say that, am I? I will not say that. Just make sure you tune in. It's going to be a brilliant 2 weeks. Hello from Kissimmee in Florida, says Lucine Smith, taking a 2-hour break from preparing for the hurricane coming. Love you all. Well, love to you as well, Lucine, and love to all of our crafty family in Florida. We send you all of our best wishes, and we are thinking of you. Hi to Evelyn, who's joined us from Colorado. She says, I have a few minutes to join in and watch. Whoa. Hello also to Beth, who says, you are all keeping me company whilst we are heading home from Myrtle Beach to New York. And hello from Michigan, says Suzanne Maguire. Suzanne heard the rain down on the roof. She says, I love falling asleep hearing the rain. We are in a deficit for rain here. Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?
I think it's awful. Last night, I don't know what it's like yours, it was absolutely hammering it down. I woke up in the middle of the night and all I could hear was on the roof, and I thought, is the roof going to fall in? What's going to happen? It worries me, the rain at night. I don't like it.
So you're not someone then who likes the sound of a thunderstorm at night
Oh,
either?
my goodness me, no. Oh. No, there's nothing worse. No. No, sorry guys, but no, not for me.
Loads of love coming in for the last project. Hi also to Meredith, who says, I know you guys said it's raining a lot there, but what? We have a turtle swimming in our backyard, which is flooded from all the rain we've gotten recently. Mary
Beth, really? We want photos if you can. We want to see the turtles.
I had a frog in my garden. I think it was last year. No, like a frog, as in like where we live, you wouldn't expect to get frogs, but it got so wet in our garden. I think the frog thought it was like a pond.
Oh.
Yeah. Our garden was underwater for about the first 3 years we lived there because there was no drainage.
Oh, well, the drainage is not meant to be good where I live, but so far, a year in, we're all right, but who knows?
Don't get me started on my garden again. Makes me blood boil.
Oh dear, we've opened a whole can of worms here.
Helen Stewart says, my hero was my dad too, always gave me good advice and of course love. And Rhonda says, my hero is definitely my hubby. He's taken such amazing care of me through all of my bone breaks and continues to take excellent care of me. He is 1 in a billion and I'm extremely lucky to have him by my side. Oh, you guys. I'll read some more of those as we go, but keep the comments coming through. It's a bundle of Wild at Heart and for Amazing Flamingo goodies we're giving away at the end of the show to anyone who comments. We're moving on next to the Thanksgiving collection. Just a little heads up on this. If you've already received this collection, we have got a craft along with the fish tomorrow. So you might want to keep a beady eye on the socials to see what you'll need to take part in that. Details, if they're not already up, will be going up, I'm sure, very, very soon indeed. But it's quite a cute little collection, this actually. Gives you everything you need to make some really fun and funky Thanksgiving projects. This is the Happy Thanksgiving leaf, which I absolutely love. It's beautiful for the fact that you've got the ability to cut the outer detail, but then that detail that you're getting within the die here is all of the veins of the actual maple leaf itself. And then you've got the give thanks, which is part of the die too, which I think is a really nice little touch. You've also got a stamp to go with it, which says Happy Thanksgiving. You can then build up your own little wreath with this as well. So you've got your foliage and sort of your harvest time and Thanksgiving veg there with all the pumpkins and squashes. Even a cute little acorn there too. Little stamp which says grateful and blessed. And if this collection couldn't be even better than it already is, you get turkey. I mean...
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I mean, exactly right. Gobble this deal up whilst it's here. You've got all of the components to be able to build your own turkey as well. So have some fun with that. I really think it's a great collection. You also get your 6x6 paper pad to go with it too. This one is 24 sheets, single-sided. But what's really nice is you've got a selection of your sort of harvest and autumnal plaids in there, and then some really beautiful floral and sort of harvest time designs in there as well. So there's plenty to love about this pad. It's a really nice price too. Maybe if you were looking at the Thankful and Blessed collection that we brought out before this, and maybe you couldn't quite stretch to it, but you still wanted some Thanksgiving goodies in your crafty armoury, then this certainly is nicely priced. You get a lot of bang for your buck. It's 10% you're saving. It's the same price we launched it basically, so you're getting it for £28 or 36 bucks. And we're going to have a look at this now with Lily.
We certainly are, and hopefully you'll be able to hear this demonstration as well.
Pardon?
Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. I fell right into that trap. Hook, line and sinker.
Oh, sorry.
Lily, you should be ashamed of yourself. And don't worry, I am. Anyway, on to the demo. I will not be fooled again. Fool me once, shame on you. Right, so let's go in with this fantastic stamp and die set. This is our Happy Thanksgiving stamp and die set. We've got that gorgeous large maple leaf, and we've got our little sentiment stamp into there as well. But we're going to use actually not the full die set here. We're just going to take that outer die. Rather than using the two together, which will give us that beautiful filigree die cut design, we're just going to use that outer shape as an aperture. So we're going to take a piece of our linen cardstock there, which is some more of that white linen card. Can you tell when I was prepping these demos, I was quite into my linen cardstock, so it's featuring on quite a few of the demos today, but I think it gives you that lovely subtle texture that adds a really expensive look and feel to your makes. Pop that into the centre, and then we're just going to tape into there. The waist is going to be that part in the middle because we're going to create an aperture. So we're going to try and tape onto that middle section rather than the border around the outside. That just means that if we do accidentally rip and tear that cardstock as we remove that tape, it doesn't matter because it's the inside section that we're not actually going to use on this particular card.
Yeah.
So running that through our die cutting machine, these dies as well will go through your smaller machines like your Junior or your Midi. And that's just going to run through our machine, just like so. And when we remove our plates, we can see there by taking out that die in the middle, we've got that lovely aperture frame all around the edge. My plates are clearly a little bit mucky, so let's just give that a little bit of a clean. Sometimes if you've got a lot of fibres, paper fibres on your plates, just give them a little wipe over so they don't transfer onto your project. It tends to be the black ones like you can see here, which are a little bit more noticeable. That one doesn't seem to want to leave, but we shall deal with that. There we go. And that's our aperture all ready to be added onto our card. We're going to add a little bit of acetate behind. We're not going to create a shaker, which you could absolutely be creating a shaker with this one, but just when we come to put our sentiment on, it gives us a place to actually add that adhesive by popping that piece of acetate behind your aperture. So let's go around with our tape pen. As we learned this morning, if you guys were tuning into Glue School earlier this afternoon, I always say this morning, even though technically it was the afternoon here, we learned all about sticking acetate, and our tape pens can be used for acetate. Your red liner's great for that as well. And we'll just pop our piece of acetate behind there. You can't see it at all, but it just gives us that stability so we can actually stick elements over that aperture. Now what we'll do is we'll bring in some of our foam tape. It'd be exactly the same process if you were creating a shaker card, but the same process, but of course we'd just be adding some of that glitter or sequins or whatever you're using for those shaker inclusions into the centre. Tell you what, you could do actually, that lovely die set where you've got the small leaves and the little acorns and all those sorts of goodies.
Oh, yeah.
Could use those as little die cut shaker inclusions. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? By all means, go ahead and use your die cuts. I think quite often we think of just using sequins or glitter for your shaker cards, but you can use pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I always think as well, if you've got, from years and years ago, slightly manky, let's be honest, seed beads or slightly rammy sequins. I know I've got tons that are a bit, you look at them, you think, Lily, why did you buy those?
Sequins?
Yeah, I've got some. They just, I'll be honest, I've got some that are like shapes of Christmas trees and really random stuff like that. So they're great for popping into shaker cards because it sort of disguises them a little bit. So it means that you're not going to waste any of those items that you might not otherwise use.
I like it when you guys do sort of mixed shakers as well and you take a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's a great way to use up, especially if you've got maybe just a few sequins left and it's not quite enough for that particular project. It's a great way to combine those different elements and making sure that nothing at all goes to waste. So we're just building up our mats and layers here. This piece is from that fabulous 6x6 inch paper pad. Great to have the plaids in your 6x6, slightly smaller size as well. I know we did bring to the harvest time 12x12, but to have that smaller format, that sort of scaled down of your plaids is really useful, especially if you're making smaller cards or gift tags or little gift bags. They're ideal for those smaller makes when you want that slightly scaled down print. We've got our shaker tape or foam tape onto the back of there, and then that's just going to be levelled up as long as I don't stick it to my finger first, which seems to be happening a little bit today, doesn't it? Deary me. We'll just line that up over the top, and then that's going to place that over our aperture, and you've got that lovely aperture into our card. But we want to add a little bit more embellishment to that, and this is where we'll bring in another of those die sets, actually stamp and die sets from this collection, which is the Thankful. I absolutely love this one. I think it's brilliant. It's got lots of different uses. Doesn't just have to be for Thanksgiving. It could be for any sort of occasion when you want to say thanks. Maybe somebody's, I don't know, maybe they put your bins out or you've been away or looked after the dog.
Done what?
Put your bins out.
I'll put your bins out.
Oh dear, I dread to think what you thought I said.
I thought you said put your beans out.
Well, maybe they did put your beans out. I don't know why. Well, technically, if your bean can being putting out, so halfway there.
Oh, your bean can in your recycling.
Bean can in your rubbish.
Yeah. I always bring my bin back in for my. I don't bring the bins out, but where our bins are, once they've been done, I always bring mine in for my neighbour. Always put it on his drive.
That's funny, that reminds me, this was a few years back, not where I used to live, but where I used to live before. For about 2 years, somebody, and I never found out who it was, somebody was taking my bin away and putting my bin out, and I never knew who did it.
Me.
Was it you? Down in Derbyshire, it was you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened for about 2 years. The whole time I lived there, I never found out who it was. It was very strange, but whoever it was, I can send them this card to say thank you for putting the bin out.
Yeah.
It was a bit spooky because they must have always done it when I was at work, and I'd come home and my bin had...
Were your bins out the front or were they around the...
So it was sort of the block of flats. There was a little area around the back where there was all the different bins. And then mine would always be put out, but not everyone's had been put out, which was very strange. Or maybe somebody just thought that it was their bin. So
well, maybe.
Maybe. They thought they were putting their own bin out. It turns out they were putting my bin out for 2 years, but yeah.
I'm sure it's because they knew that you were such a lovely person and they were just being very neighbourly.
Perhaps,
And then thinking to themselves, why did she never repay the favour?
Yeah, because I don't know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Ah, funny.
Oh, dear.
I always find it a little bit of a sense of pride. You know when you're the first one on your road to have your bin out?
Yeah.
Do you always think that, oh, I've done good today?
A little bit, yeah, because then you feel like you're leading everybody else.
Yeah.
Because some weeks, especially around Christmas time,
you
get a bit confused as to whether it's like a normal bin week or whether it's a recycling week.
Oh, yes.
And we also have, I pay extra for it, like...
you have the green bin, dear.
The green bin for the grass.
Oh.
Or you know, any sort of garden rubbish. And I always forget the day that goes out.
Oh, no.
It's every other Thursday, and our bin collection day is a Wednesday, but thankfully we've got other people on our road.
They're a bit more organised.
Bit more organised, yeah.
That is the thing, though. If you put your bin out first, you think, hey, I hope I've got the right colour out, because if I don't, then everyone's going to follow me. If we've all put the wrong... I always have that panic. I had it last, because our bin day is Friday. I had it last Thursday night. I came home, no one had got the bins out, and I was like, I'm sure it's normal bin day. Put my bin out, and I was panicking all night. I thought, hey, if I've put the wrong bin out, then the whole street has put the wrong bin out. Luckily, I hadn't. But, yeah.
Do you have... I can't believe we've got into this conversation. Are your
Brilliant, isn't it?
bin people nice? Because ours are good. You know, they'll if you put like extra recycling out, like we have a little cardboard box, but say if you bought something in a big box, if you leave that out separate, they'll collect it.
Yes.
But back where I used to live, they used to be so funny, like the refuse collectors. Like if you had like your bin and you couldn't close the top on it, they wouldn't collect it.
That's funny,
and
actually,
you get
because a few weeks ago I had my new bookcase. So I had all of my wood from the old bookcase that was dismantled. I didn't just put a bookcase out, just to clarify. There was all the sort of wood panels, and I put it next to my bin. And my mum said, oh, they won't take that. They won't take your bin because that's there. They won't take anything away. She was absolutely adamant. I says, no, they'll take it, be fine. Lo and behold, they did take it. So we are lucky. We're blessed with good bin men and women on our street. But
bless you, those refuse collectors.
It must be a grim job. It must be an awful job when the weather's horrendous, like today.
Oh, yeah.
It must not be a good job at all. So,
no,
I mean, we need them. Let's be honest. We couldn't do without them. That is for certain. Anyway, enough bin talk, enough trash talking, so to speak, as all the kids would say.
Yes, Lily.
I don't think that's quite the right use of it, but yeah, that's literally what it was. It was trash talking.
Trash talk.
Aye. Anyway, back to the card. Right, we are creating our own card base once again from 2 sheets of A4 cardstock here. So just lining up that tab at the top there. I tend to have about a ½ inch tab at the top just to line that up. And then you've got your freestanding card made from some of your white linen cardstock. We're bringing in one of those gorgeous sheets from that paper pad. I adore that design. I think it's just stunning. Matte and laid, same sorts of mattes and layers as those top layers. So you've got your black, then you've got your craft. And then that's just going to go onto our card base. So some of our tape pen is going to be nice and quick, but if you want that little bit of wiggle room, then go in with your all-purpose. I have to say that is my go-to when I'm at home, because it just gives you that little bit of time to make sure it's layered perfectly. But just for speed, when we're trying to fit plenty in on this 2-hour show, 2 hours sounds like a long time, doesn't it? But goodness me, it
flies over.
Flies by, doesn't it? It certainly does. It's like being in a little time vortex in here. It really is. I mean, this morning, I say this morning again, this afternoon, oh my goodness, an hour flew by, absolutely flew by. So just going in with our shaker tape once again onto the back of there for a little bit of dimension onto our card base.
Yeah. Susie's loving the new segment we could do, Trash Talk with Lily and Ben. I mean, hey.
Oh, well, come next week, I'll have more stories. Bin day's Friday, so bins go out tomorrow. No. Today's Tuesday, not tomorrow night, the day after tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Will I be the first to put the bin out? Could be like a weekly segment, couldn't it?
Could be. Well, our bins
Yeah.
go out today, see, ready for tomorrow morning.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, let us know first thing in the morning, Ben. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, as soon as I'm in tomorrow,
Yep.
I'll come straight to you.
Please do. I want to
Yeah.
know all about the bins.
It's the recycling this week as well.
Oh,
Hey?
how exciting. I don't think I had one of these when I moved up here, but when I moved into Derbyshire, when I first moved in, we got a letter through the door.
Yeah.
It was like a wall chart of all the things that could and couldn't go in certain bins.
Yeah.
I can't say I ever put it up on the wall, like, but it was a nice little gesture. I mean, it's not the sort of home decor I'm into, you
No,
know,
not
bin
really.
chart. I mean, mind you, the way things are going at the moment, maybe it will be with all our trash talk. Maybe I'll be decorating my whole house with pictures of bins and whatnot, but not yet, I hope not. Anyway, a little embellishment onto there. That pine cone was actually from the Sarah Signature Twas a Night for Christmas collection, brought to you quite a few years ago now. So if you've got that in your crafty stash, bring in those little embellishments, a little ribbon bow onto there just to finish it off, but a really simple creation there, but showing how you can use just that aperture element, just that outer die of your fantastic Happy Thanksgiving set, and it gives you a really nice striking card that you can be sending pretty much any sort of reason throughout the autumnal season. It's going to work perfectly just to say thanks, especially to the bin man.
Thank you, brilliant demo. I'll read a few of your comments and we're going to have another break, give you time to check out. I must just quickly rattle you through the boards again. That thankful die that Lily used, I didn't show you when I first initially went through these, but it is included. So you've got the turkey dies, and you've got the dies here to be able to create your foliage and all of the harvest vegetables. There's that leaf die as well, and then of course you do get this included, so the thankful with those stamps too, and of course your 24 sheet paper pad 6x6, £28 or 36 bucks. There's loads of comments coming through. Let me read a few of these. So Sarah says, I must admit I don't have anything from the Wild at Heart collection, but Lily's card has piqued my interest in the papers and embellishments. A lot of people chatting about the weather as well. Helen says, I love thunderstorms.
Oh.
Crystal says, I love the sound of rain on a tin roof.
Well, Crystal, you'd be in the right place here, let me tell you. Get yourself down to Crafters TV, you'd love it here.
Hilary says, Holly is terrified of thunder, so I dread any storms.
Oh.
I think Molly's all right, actually.
Is she?
Yeah, she's not too fussed about that. Kids on scooters, that's the worst thing in the world.
Oh, she'd love my road then. They're always out on the scooters up and down my drive.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's a good job I'm not your dog, isn't it, really?
Well, exactly, yeah.
For many reasons.
We try and figure out like where that fear's come from, but if she sees a kid on the scooter, I mean, that is, she's terrified. She's terrified. It makes you like wish that they could talk sometimes.
Yeah, like, why are you scared of kids on scooters?
Yeah.
Well, I'm scared because then you'd find out, wouldn't you?
And thank you to everyone telling us all about your heroes as well. We're going to carry on with that chat in the second half of the show, but with a slightly different angle. Crystal says, my hero is and always will be my mum. She was definitely one of a kind. I miss her so much. And Karen Hogue says, my hero is my dad. He's faced some real hardships in his life, but managed to wonderfully help raise me and my 4 siblings through it all. He is incredible. And as far as birthdays concerned, loads of birthday chat. PB Brewer Martin says, I'm so excited about the 14-day birthday. Ooh. Love the idea that we can make our list, see each day, see the demos, but not be rushed. CC will load all of our purchases and ship them in one shipment. You've already read what's going on.
She's read the booklet. She's been through cover to cover.
That's it.
She knows.
That's it. You've got your plans already there. I absolutely love that.
Savvy crafters.
And Pat says, I'm enjoying the Crafty Stash shows the last 2 days. They are a good refresh pressure as well as I learned new things. I do hope they continue. They continue tomorrow. In fact, Debbie's in for the next one. Tomorrow we're looking at all things stencily. Let's have a short break. We will come back with more for you. Plenty more chance to comment and ask questions. And of course, plenty more demos on the way too. Head to the checkouts though. We'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes time.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes with the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
If you haven't got your booklet yet, you're probably wondering what that's all about. if you go to our page, it's there. If you go to my page, I've shared it. I think a lot of people have shared it. It's the birthday booklet. We've gone early this year, releasing the booklet.
Ooh, the jeopardy.
Yeah, so you've got the opportunity, as PB Brewer-Martin said earlier, to get in now, have a bit of a look as to what's coming, and then you can kind of like divvy up your pounds and dollars and put stuff aside for everything which is coming your way. But the booklet is there. If you haven't seen it, the link is on your screen right there. Oh, now it's gone, it's disappeared. There
That's
it
how
is.
quick you've got to be, guys.
Yeah, super quick. But have a good look through, have a peruse. It will give you a full idea of what is coming up, so you can have a look through, pick your favourite launches and be ready. And as I say, just make sure you join us each and every day for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be fun. Lots of reasons to tune in, not only all of the launches, but so much more. If you've been to one of our birthday events before, you'll know what they are all about. It is all that and more is all I will say. It's going to be a really fun couple of weeks. And plenty of shows for you across the full 14 days. Few quick comments, and we're nearly at the first hour. I can't believe it. Helen Stewart says, I think I'm going to have to sell my body to raise the money to buy everything that I want. Do you know anyone interested in a 71-year-old with bad knees? I'll ask around. Around.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Carletta says, hello everyone from Arkansas, late again today. That's fine, we don't mind tardiness. Pat says, love the collection, the Thanksgiving collection. What a lovely card. Lily makes it look so easy. Thank you for the inspiration.
Oh, thank you. It is easy though. When you've got the right tools and a little bit of inspiration, it's easy. It's all about just having a play and having fun.
Beautiful card, Lily. Beautiful card, says Shirley. And Alex says, beautiful card. Jane Adams says, I love the turkey. I mean, great minds think alike, Jen. I think the turkey just makes that collection. Absolutely love it. Few more heroes as well. Katie says, my husband is my hero. This is Katie Hall, because he doesn't get too mad when the Crafter's Companion packages come in the mail.
Oh, that's good. He's a keeper, quite clearly.
Yeah. I don't know how that works now, whether you sort of tell other halves, or I think some of you tend to like hide packages and stuff, don't you? I think.
Oh.
And Amma Liberty says, my hero is my bestie. She's been through a lot from a cancer fight since she was 9, now 16. Now it's back, but I can see the fight in her eyes, and I promise I will be there every step of the way. Thank you for all those lovely comments coming through. As I say, more to chat about over the course of the next hour. If you have just joined us as well, is all of these goodies we're giving away. Debbie's birthday today, that is Debbie of the Robinson variety. So we're celebrating that, and the fact that it is National Hero Day today as well. So here we go, all these goodies we're giving away. You can join in with the general banter that we're having, or ask a question, or indeed just say hello. It's entirely up to you. But whatever you comment, you will go into the draw to win that at the end of the show. Right, we are, I think, going to have a quick look at some stills for you before the end of the hour. Some goodies for you here, some punches. Some punches, if you want to grab these. So these are the Halloween and Christmas punches that we've got in a selection of sizes. I think the one does it's a 1-inch punch, isn't it? And you get a selection of the little mini ones. The Halloween ones are 3/8 of an inch, and then you've got the slightly bigger ones that do your Christmas punches as well. But there's all sorts of different designs there, as you can see. The fall ones are things like your foliage, so you've got the different leaves in there, you've got the trees, you've got the different Christmas designs, and then also the little mini Halloween punches as well, where you've got like the cats, you've got the witches, pumpkins, and more. More details about that on the website, but that platinum price is £44 or $56. We looked at those again in quite a lot of detail last week. So if you scooch back onto the shows from last week, you will be able to have a look at all of the inspiration with those. And indeed, if you just want the smaller bundles, you can do that too. So all of the Halloween punches on their own. That is Halloween and fall, just to say. So you've got the fall across the top and then the smaller Halloween ones at the bottom of the screen there. So £36 or $44 for that. And then if you just want the Christmas corner punch tools collection, there you go, those 3 punches for £23.20 or $30 40. My Little Melting Pot on YouTube says, I cannot believe that the hour has passed by so quickly. I know it's absolutely flown over. Second hour of the show, we've got loads more great demos coming your way. Don't forget as well, if you are on the website, to have a good scooch around. I know that the various sales are on. The Halloween sale comes to an end very soon, so if there's any bits that you've got your eye on that part of the website, do make sure that you have a look and get checked out sooner rather than later. If you have just joined us, a very warm welcome. It's just gone 6 o'clock here in the UK. It is Tuesday evening. We are thankful that you can hear us at the start of this hour, because if you would have joined us an hour ago, you should have heard the rain, but it's subsided. We are here for another hour. It's launch party, all about looking back at some of the big launches from the last few weeks. So we're glad that you're here. Lovely Lily joins us, and you've got loads more great demos coming up over the course of this hour, haven't you?
We certainly do. We're going to be having a little look at those fantastic patchwork creator card dies, which I'm so excited to share a few ideas with you using those fantastic dies. And then we're going to play with that cracker die. It's a cracker, as they say. We're going to be hopefully creating a nice, large, big, fat cracker. So if you want to be housing lots and lots of goods within that big old cracker, then you can be doing just that.
I don't know why that's made me laugh.
Big fat old cracker.
Big fat cracker. I've got the birthday booklet, says Pat. I love the idea you are listing the dates when the products will be launched, as well as the prices. It makes it easy for you guys to be able to, as I say, you know, move the pounds and dollars around so you can get whatever it is that you need. And of course, if you read in the booklet, you'll find out more about the free shipping as well. And as I've said, over the course of this hour, we still have that giveaway. So comment away anything you want to ask Lily, anything you want to share with us. We've chatted about, well, so much over the course of the first hour, from the weather to bins.
Bins was the main topic of conversation. So anything a little bit more interesting than bins, it's going to be a step forward in the right direction.
Yeah. And anything sort of crafty. But also in this hour, it is National Hero Day, so slightly different take this hour. Who's your favourite superhero, right? So if you've got a favourite superhero, or if you could have a superpower, what would that superpower be? In the comments, please send those through, and we'll read them out as we head through this hour. We are going to have a look, though, first up at the Patchwork Creator Card dies. Again, launched a couple of weeks ago, I want to say. I know Craig absolutely loved these. It's a 6-piece collection. Creator cards sort of as you know them, but perhaps not quite as you know them, because there's so many different components and different parts to these to allow you just to create some really very different projects. As you'll see with the first one here, this geometric shape cut into your cardstock, but then all of these extra dies here allow you to create those different mats and layers. You know, whether you're going to be using things like your foam pads to create like decoupage coming out, or whether you kind of lift the actual frame up and then almost have like an innerpage effect with these. There's lots of different things that you can do in the fact that you've got so many different dies within each set. What's nice about this one, particularly the geometric, you can either go sort of portrait or landscape with that one to create some really cool effects. You've got the Sweet Honeycomb. So again, if you're thinking about a die set that would work really nicely with potentially like your Beautiful or your Honeysuckle collection, that would work really nicely. I'm drawn to like the next four really. I really like. I'm really drawn to like the sunshine. You get a star in here as well. I think these are like super usable across lots of collections.
Absolutely. There's lots of items you can pop in the middle of there. Maybe it's just going to be a sentiment. Perhaps you've got things like number dies or little character dies. Tons can go in the centre there. And I'm thinking as well, if you're going for a sympathy card, keep that white on white, maybe a little pop of gold, and that's going to look absolutely perfect.
I think this one too spans sort of, you know, well done cards, you're a shining star birthday cards, but also for Christmas as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking if you've got the Bethlehem collection, that would look amazing with that one. How fabulous is that? It feels like it's really popping off the page. It feels like it's got sort of dynamism to it. I think it looks incredible. And
that's the thing, isn't it? When you're just looking at it on the board in black and white, if you're getting that feeling, imagine how great it's going to be when you're reading your papers and your mirror card and all these different
your glitter card, your ombre glitter, look amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rays of Light again is a beautiful design too. I know when we launched these, Craig did a project with the he embossed these, I think, didn't he?
He did. He triple embossed them.
Triple embossed.
He did. They looked fabulous in sort of a rainbow colourway. It looked amazing. Lots of techniques you can bring into these. You can do your shakes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got the Morning Sunrise too. Love the fact that that one's got a little banner across the bottom if you want to bring that into your project as well to pop a little sentiment on. But it's a whole host of dies you're going to get within that collection, a 6-piece collection, yes, but plenty to be playing with. 10% saving, so if you have just thought about getting this tonight, it's the same deal that you got when we launched it, so you're not missing out as far as anything is concerned there. It's £56 or $64. Keep the comments coming through. I can see all of the superhero comments coming. We'll have a look at those in just a few moments' time, but let us have a look at this project with Lily. Which of the patchwork dies are you going to work with?
I'm glad you said what you just have, because it's the warm sunbeam.
Aha!
Yay!
Nice.
But we're going to show a little bit of a different way to use it. These have all been sized, so they're around about 4 inches by 5.4 inches. But we're actually going to cut it down a little bit and create something a slightly bit different using these. So you can see here when we've got our set of dies, you have got your cut in detail, which will cut that frame. If we bring in that outer die, that will allow us to cut out that outline. So we've got all those spaces in the middle. And then we've got all those separate inner pieces, like the mats and layers to go inside, all with stitch detail. But we'll start off just by cutting our frame. So we've got a piece of our black cardstock here. Just cut ever so slightly larger than the actual outer die itself. And we'll just line these two up. So line that centre one up in the middle of that outer die, making sure there's an even border between the two dies. And once we're happy with that spacing, let's just bring in a couple of pieces of low tack tape, and we'll just, oh, if the tape will stick, there you go. It was more interesting sticking to my nail then than it was the cardstock. There we go, about third time lucky. And we'll just grab another piece there and then just pop that onto that bottom half of the die to make sure that that doesn't move around as we pass that through our die cutting machine. These look super effective actually, just in monochrome, just in 2 colours, they look amazing. So all that lovely coloured cardstock that we've collected or perhaps hoarded over the years are going to work perfectly with these little touches of your mirror card, touches of satin card, or perhaps even your glitter card as well. They're all going to look amazing to really enhance the effect that you get with these dies. We'll remove our plates and we'll just take our tape away from the die. Again, as always, reusing that tape until it's pretty much lost all of its stick and shredded to pieces, so we can use it plenty and plenty of times before it gets to that point. We'll remove those 2 dies there, saving all of that waste, keeping all that waste out of the die, and you can see we've got that beautiful frame there. You've got a really thin frame, almost reminds me a little bit of a big peel-off. If anyone remembers the peel-offs that we used to use many, many moons ago, reminds me a little bit of that, given how delicate and intricate it is. But all we're going to do, we're actually going to be perhaps a little bit cruel, it seems, but we're going to take our big old pair of scissors and we're going to chop into it. So where we've got this line that goes up and down throughout that design, we're going to line our pair of scissors up, and of course we could use our guillotine or our trimmer, it doesn't have to be a pair of scissors, but we're just going to trim along that line there. So we're cutting away that right hand side of the design, and it gives us that section of the design there, which looks quite funky as it is on its own. That will be laid onto some cardstock in just a few moments time. So we're going to start to build that design onto our cardstock there. We've already gone ahead and added some of our mats and layers, so we've got all those rainbow colours onto there, and we're just going to take our fine tip glue applicator with our glue. You could use your dotted tape pen, but I want just a few moments to be able to manoeuvre this into position to make sure I've got it lined up nicely onto our mats and layers. And tacky glue, with it being a wet glue, you've got that a little bit of manoeuvrability allowing us to do just that. Let's go in and dot all over there. We did have a question actually on this afternoon's glue school about your double-sided adhesive sheets, and these sorts of dies are actually ideal for your double-sided sheets, so that then this will turn this into a sticker. So then you're not going to need to actually add our tacky glue onto the reverse. It'll be sort of self-adhesive, ready to go. And that's just going to be lined up into the middle of this panel here, just making sure I've got a nice border, even border of white all around the edge. And once I'm happy with that, we're just going to burnish that into position. And that's the advantage of using your tacky glue. You've got just those few moments to have a little play around with that until you're happy with the position. And that's on there, all good to go, all ready to have the embellishments on the inside. So at this point, we'll bring back our die set. We of course don't need to be using all of those dies to cut. We're going to be just using a few of these for that right hand side of the design. So we've got all different colours of our rainbow cardstock here. So we'll take some red cardstock, and these are all corresponding to those mats and layers that we've actually got behind our design. So we've got some orange as well, so we just pop our dies onto our cardstock and we'll cut lots of these different colours all at once. I might trim down my cardstock a little bit more just so we can all fit them onto one plate at once.
Whilst you're cutting these as well, Stephanie says, Lily, do you ever get stuck when coming up with a design? If so, how do you resolve the problem?
Stephanie, I do. I absolutely do. I mean, I craft every single day. As soon as I get home tonight, it'll be about 8:30 by the time I sit down in my craft room, but I'll be crafting. But I think it's something that we all get. We all get crafter's block, as we call it. Quite often I'll have a little look online. I'll look on perhaps on social media as to inspiration. I'll look maybe in some of my older magazines, like our Crafters Inspiration magazines. They're always a good one to go for. Even if you're not using perhaps the particular products that are being used in that card. Maybe it's just the layout that you're taking inspiration from. Maybe it's just the colourways. But I always have a little look around. Try and be inspired by other makes that you can see. But quite often as well, something that I find can sort of kickstart my mojo is to mix up my card shapes. So perhaps just bringing in a different shape of card, like an easel card or a gatefold card, just by changing up that layout can really help, I find, to spark lots of different ideas. But yeah, I think it's something we all get. We all get a little bit of our crafty mojo sometimes goes on holiday, but
Goes on holiday.
It does, it does. Sometimes it returns pretty quickly and sometimes it can take a little while, but when it comes back, then you can get crafting again. But do have a little look around, lots of inspiration. Our I'm a Crafter's Companion Facebook group is fantastic for inspiration. I mean, you guys at home that post your makes on there are absolutely incredible crafters, and I certainly do draw a lot of inspiration from you guys at home. As well, I always love the fact that we bring to you, even on the packaging itself, a sample on there, so you can absolutely, by all means, go ahead and copy that, and it's a great starting point. And I find often when I'm working with the collection, sometimes that first card can be a little bit tricky, sort of thing, where am I going with this? Spread all your items out, have a little look at what you've got, and get started. And quite often, once you started, the ideas just keep on flowing.
Helen just asked as well, says, Ben, can you ask Lily, would she use the double-sided adhesive card for these as discussed in the lunchtime show?
You absolutely can, yeah. So I presume you've just sent that before we went on to saying that, but that would work an absolute treat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
For having your double-sided adhesive onto the back. It makes it super quick and easy, especially if you're batch making. No fuss whatsoever, no need to bring in your glue. You are literally good to go with your self-adhesive sheets. I love them, I think they're super, super useful. Great for if you want to be adding things like your gilding flakes, you can use those with your double-sided sheets as well, which works a treat. So let's pop out all our little pieces here. These colourways are very different to the weather, I have to say, but they're bringing a little bit of sunshine, much needed sunshine into the studio, I think, which is definitely what we need. It seems to have stopped raining, but I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, should I?
Don't jinx it.
7 o'clock's about 45 minutes away, and you know, as soon as that clock hits 7, it'll start pouring.
No, I'm sure.
Not what we want.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine. Positive thinking indeed. So what we've gone ahead and done already is we've cut those same dies again, but this time out of some of our black card. You know what I'm like, I absolutely love a drop shadow. I think it just adds that beautiful little bit of dimension without adding any real height or depth to your cards. It really does frame your elements beautifully and add that little pop of black, does add that little bit of interest, that little bit of drama to make your creations really stand out. So we'll go around with our pieces here. So that's going to go onto that right hand side. I always like to have my drop shadow to the bottom left hand side, so I'll just reposition that. Doesn't matter, of course, but it's sort of force of habit, I guess, by having that way around. Then we've got our die there that's going to go. It's a little bit like a jigsaw. I find a lot of pleasure from putting these together. I find it really fun to sort of match up all those pieces and find exactly where they go. So if you love your jigsaws, I think you will have so much fun playing with these dies. So that one's going to go down onto there to line that up. Got a piece of low tack tape stuck there. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And then let's carry on with that same process.
Whilst watching you stick, we've had loads of comments tonight. Thank
you guys.
Chatty, everybody. On the subject of superheroes.
Oh, yes. Let us know.
So Jessica says, superpower. I would like to be able to create special shaped cards and boxes without using templates and dies. If only I was better at maths for measurements, says Jessica.
That would be fab. I definitely would have that superpower. I would, yeah.
Craft woman.
Woohoo!
Beth Valone says, I would love the power to heal.
Oh.
That's like Wolverine, isn't it? There's the power to heal. And Deadpool. No, I know Wolverine has like claw hands, but he self-heals as well.
I'm not sure I would want the superpower of claw hands. I don't think that'd be very good for crafting.
It would get in the way a little bit.
It would. I'll pass on that.
But it'd be nice. It'd be easy for cutting, like if you were Wolverine.
That's true. That is true. I'll give you that one.
Jane Adams, I love this. Favorite superhero, Wonder Woman, and my superpower would be the ability to spread kindness everywhere whilst flying.
Oh,
I could just see you now.
That is lovely. We love
Jane,
that.
flying through Las Vegas, right? and then you're there, like going like that, and like releasing like rainbows from your hand, dropping kindness on everybody as you fly by.
Do you know what? That's the sort of superpower we need in this world. 100% we do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
More kindness.
Absolutely.
Hashtag be kind.
Yep.
If I had a superpower, says Hillary, I would love to be able to decorate a room without emptying it.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. We'd have a bit of that. Yeah, we would.
Yeah, that would be. Maybe you could like teleport all of your stuff away, then like have super speed to decorate it and then teleport it all back in again.
I could do with the power of having somebody to tidy my room after me.
Oh, really?
Bathroom. That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we could get on with creating. We wouldn't have to spend time putting stuff away, would we? If we had the power to get it done sort of in a flash, we could just get on with our next project. We wouldn't have to worry about spending time doing it.
So I think then because we were chatting before we did this as a little feature, and Lily was sort of saying, oh, I was not really up on superheroes, but you said, you know, for like running and stuff, running quicker.
Yeah.
And now you said you'd like to be able to tidy up quick. So I think you should be the Flash then, because the Flash just literally like zooms around at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
That would be good.
Tidy up really quickly.
I
Get
could
your
fit
runs
more
done quicker.
into my day, couldn't I? I could get plenty done. It'd be dead productive. It'd be brilliant. Yeah, that'd be me.
Jay Pressy says Wonder Woman is the best.
Oh, yeah.
And Carol Gar would be, I mean, this is a superpower we all need. One of my superpowers, I'd like to be able to eat scones and croissants and not gain any weight. I mean, that
would be good.
That's a great superpower, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not so interested in the croissants, but the scones.
What?
Oh, yeah. No.
Croissants?
I find them a bit disappointing.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Get a bit of butter and jam on them.
No.
Oh. What about a pan au chocolat?
I'd take a pan au chocolat. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would happily take one. I'm not going to choose I'm not going to turn a croissant down. I'll be honest, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
What would your first choice of breakfast pastry be then, if you were to have to?
I'm not really one for a breakfast pastry. I'd rather have a cake, to be honest with you. Sorry. Breakfast cake, yeah.
Okay.
What other breakfast pastries are there? I can only think of a croissant or a pan au chocolat.
Oh yeah, cinnamon swirl.
Oh yeah, I'd take a cinnamon swirl. I do like cinnamon. I'm not sure you have an apple turnover for breakfast.
Oh, like your pancakes?
That's not a pastry. I do like a Scotch pancake, but it's not a pastry.
I thought you said like, oh.
Is it?
No, it isn't actually, is it? No, it's not a
No,
pastry.
they're definitely
but
not.
I'm thinking of like, you know, cakey type,
sweet,
breakfasty
sweet.
things.
The sort of thing, if you're on an all-inclusive holiday at the buffet, buffet breakfast, that would be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Those are the sort of big questions that we're asking tonight here on Crafters TV. And while we've been asking those questions, we've popped together this really cute, dinky little card using those fantastic Patchwork Creator card dies, chopping them in half so you can use them onto your smaller cards as well as your larger cards. So lots of options when it comes to these fabulous Patchwork Creator cards.
Brilliant project, shine bright indeed. £56, $64 for all of that. Karen Hogue says, got to be Thor. I mean, come on. That's Chris, what's his face, isn't it? Chris Hemsworth. My superpower, says Lenore, would be organising my craft space in a flash and keeping it that way.
Sounds good.
And Sarah says, I appreciate how Lily explains everything she's doing so we can follow along easily.
Oh.
Even the small details, so we understand the reasons behind which glue she uses for each step, for example. She's very thorough. And there's a lovely message come through here. Let me try and find it. From Rachel Poole.
That may very well be my mother.
Who says...
Oh dear, what she said now.
It's really nice.
Oh.
Do you want me to read it to embarrass you, or...?
Go on. Spoil us.
Okay. It says, Lily is my hero.
Oh.
She always had a dream to work in craft, and she went for it.
Oh.
Her determination really inspires me. I still get very excited to see her working with Ben and the craft experts that we used to watch together when she was young.
Oh. Oh. Doesn't that warm the cockles of your heart? And it makes Ben feel rather old as well. He's old as time. Oh. Oh.
I'm 22, really.
Yeah,
Lily grew up watching me. Yeah.
It's quite true, that. Oh, he's feeling very old. And I'm feeling very warm and fuzzy inside. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys.
Very pretty card, Lily, says Sarah. Shirley says, love this card. Such a pretty card, says Helen. Great way to use up scraps of papers. We are going to have a break, give you opportunity to get checked out. When we come back, we are going to pull a cracker.
It's a cracker.
We'll see you in about 4 minutes.
I like to get up, chill, relax, of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat, then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
Is everybody super pumped for birthday? Because we are. Like, we are so looking forward to it. We cannot wait. And I know you shouldn't wish time away, but, you know, because we've got lots still to do this week, but I kind of wish it was next Monday already. But never mind.
So much coming. We're all super, super excited. And we want to know if you've seen the booklet. What are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
I can't decide because I would just say everything. Everything. Quite excited for the letterpress, though.
Ah, yeah.
Very excited.
That
You
is-
guys are going to love it.
The Vegas collection for me.
We're starting with a bang, aren't we?
We are. We're
Going
getting big
all out.
early on.
We are. Pulling out all the stops. It's exciting. Can't wait for you guys at home as well to see the set. Oh my goodness. I can see it on the left and the right hand side, and it is amazing. Get ready. It's not going to look like this come Monday, believe you me.
No, we've got full set dressing going on. The scene is going to be set. There's, I'm not going to say too much, but literally, if I go to here, I can...
You can touch it, it's real.
I can touch part of the set and something, I know it's going to move, but what I'm saying is I can touch like what you're going to see. It's literally within arm's length, and we're going to be playing games and all sorts, and there's going to be prizes and
it's going to be amazing
stuff.
Honestly, the 3 years that I've been here, this is the biggest and the best set I have ever seen. It's incredible. You guys, you've got to tune in on Monday. You're going to love it.
It's going to be awesome!
Awesome!
Whet your appetite by getting the booklet. If you haven't, make sure you download it. Hi to Shirley and Sarah and Helen who are with us. Stephanie says, my daughter sent me a Mother's Day card one year calling me Wonder Woman. I can relate to her like so many women, but no magical powers. My Little Melting Pot says this is a beautiful card, sure to brighten anyone's day, the last card that we saw. And Sarah says, my superhero power is from Spider-Man, who can rescue those in need and save them from harm. I'd love to be able to fly across the city on a spider's web. You know what, I say exactly the same to Lily. I'd love to, I always wanted to be Spider-Man, shooting webs and like swinging around.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool, let's be honest. We're around the Crafters TV studios, shooting around with those webs. Yeah, be good.
Catching those robbers in a big spider's web. Anyway, keep the comments coming through. I reckon we're probably about 25 minutes away from the announcing the winner of our goodies.
Who's it gonna be?
But in that time, let's have a look at this, the Christmas Cracker Die. Let me tell you, this has been one of the biggest launches that we've had in the last few weeks. You guys have absolutely loved it. Loads of you picked it up. If you haven't yet got it, please make sure you grab it. I think it's going to be one of those things that you will certainly be using this festive season, but as we've discussed and we've gone over, you know, you can use this for creepy crackers for Halloween. You can use this at Easter. It'll be like my mum always has Easter crackers. There's a little Easter tree as well. If you want to do gender reveals, you can make a cracker. You know, if you want to, because the good thing about this is that's your kind of worker die there, but you know, with a little bit of manipulation, you can either make this smaller, you can make this bigger. So if you just want to have like the shell of a cracker for a gift or a present, then you've got the ability to be able to do that. And I think for me, I say this every year, like crackers can be so disappointing and expensive if you buy them from the shops. So this is the ability for you to be able to create your own crackers this year for the Christmas dinner table. Use the sort of colour theme that you want. And then, of course, you can pop in your own jokes. You do get jokes within this actual bundle. You can pop in your own gifts as well, because if you're sick and tired of getting the fortune-telling fish or the what else did you used to get? The fortune-telling fish I always bring up.
Yeah, I remember that. I tell you, the best one I ever got. Yeah. You're going to laugh at this. And if my mum's still watching, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. A shoehorn. I still use it.
Really?
I do, yeah. With these long nails, putting one of these nails into the back of a shoe might break the nail. Shoehorn, they're absolutely brilliant. So that was the best Christmas cracker gift I ever got. They're brilliant.
Do you remember when Christmas crackers as well, you used to get all sorts of little plastic toys. You get the little flippy frog, and you used to get one where you get a moustache.
Oh gosh, yeah,
and you shove it up your nose so it would stick in.
They were disgusting, really, when you think about it. Very unhygienic. Yeah, awful. All sorts you used to get in them crackers. The fortune teller was probably rock bottom. Cork opener, sort of bottle opener, something like that. Yeah, I used to get them.
You get a magic trick that you'd never be able to do, like, you know, the links that were joined together, and there was, you have to undo them, and at the end you used to yank them to like pull them apart.
They were awful, absolutely awful. There's been some opposite of crackers, really, in crackers, some awful things, really. But you can put your own stuff in these now, or why not make your own crackers and still put the naff gifts inside?
Yeah,
it's all part of the fun.
That's the thing. You can either put great gifts inside or go even more naff. It depends. Or, as a lot of people suggested, you can put in scratch cards if you wanted to as well.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, there's the die to be able to make your cracker. And again, Lily will talk us around it. You know, you can manipulate it, make it bigger, make it smaller. And you've got lots of decorative elements here to decorate it up with too, which is super cool. And if you go for the deal on the screen, the showstopper, you basically just pay for the dies. And then for free within the bundle, we are going to give you all of your party hats. So you get 12, actually. And again, it was quite nice when we launched this, because I know a lot of our US friends, I'll wear one for you, a lot of our US friends...
Go on, he knows he wants to.
Oh, that is the... no, I think it's all right, Nicola. A lot of our US friends, not too au fait with crackers, so we had to sort of talk around it and say, well, you get like a party hat, which you wear at the table.
We are forced to wear, whether you want to wear one or not, you have to wear that awful hat. You have to.
It's the rules. And then if you're like me and you're getting old, what happens is you forget you've got your hat on, and then you retire to the living room after your Christmas dinner and you fall asleep
Wearing a hat.
with your hat on.
Oh dear.
It's a real dad thing to do. But you get your tissue paper in here as well. So again, this is quite nice. If you are putting gifts in there, you can wrap the gifts inside the cracker if you want to do that. So you're getting 12 sheets of the 3 different colours, plus your hat, and you also get 12 Christmas jokes. I didn't write these. I know a lot of people asked. I didn't. That is though one of my favourite Christmas jokes. What do you get if you eat too many Christmas decorations? Tinselitis.
It's good, that one. It's a classic.
It is.
An oldie but a goldie.
And then you've also got a selection here, 12 little, sort of like positive quotes, if you like. Keep trying new things. I won't read them all for you. And then call or text a friend, which I think is quite nice. So those are all included for you. If you want to have more of those, you can then buy an extra set of your hats, jokes and notes. That will be on the Shop the Show, but if you go for the Showstopper, it's included for free. Right, let's have a look and get into it with these. So are you going to make a... Did you say you're going to make a fat cracker?
Going to make a big fat cracker. Don't know why that's quite so funny, but it seems to be the case. Anyway, let's go in with our die set here. You're getting 16 metal dies within this collection, and one of them, that worker die, is an absolutely massive die there. That is what's going to create the actual cracker itself. You can be cutting that from coloured card, it can be from pattern paper like we're going to use here. Tons and tons of different options from what you can cut this with. But it's not just about the cut lines with this die. As you can see all around the edge there, you've got what is a little bit more of a deeper, more raised line. That's your cut line. If we look into the centre there, slightly more shallow lines, they're still there. You can still see a slight raised edge to them, but those are actually your score lines. They're going to score and help you fold your cracker into shape. This paper that we're using here is actually from one of our newest paper pads. It's a Winter Frost paper pad. We brought you the duo of you've got one which is a little bit more reddy and greeny in colour tone, then you've got this one here which has got those beautiful icy blue colour tones within those prints. And we're using actually the reverse side, that B side, so it's a little bit more subtle than using the A side that's very much layered with lots of interest. And we're just going to tape that down and we're going to run that through our die cutter machine. Now all of the other dies within this collection will fit through your Gemini Mini and above. It's just this larger die here, the worker die, that you'll actually need to use a Gemini 2 or any sort of A4 die cutter for use with this larger die. We'll just run that through. We can hear that sort of reassuring crunching and cracking of the die cutting plates. That's completely normal. All that means is that it's absolutely doing its job and it's cutting and scoring through your piece of paper that we've got here. So we're just going to take that outer border away from that die. You can see all of those little pieces have cut into the inside as well. Could be using those perhaps for shaker cards or as little embellishments. They're lovely sort of hexagon. No, they're not hexagons. What are they? Diamonds. That's the one. Yeah. Getting confused with all my shapes. Oh, I wonder if that's because I'm thinking of some dies that might be launching in birthday where hexagons are involved. I wonder. Who knows? Anyway, enough said about that. Let's go on to actually reinforcing those score lines. So we've got all the score lines, they're good to go. What you can be doing with this is you can be bringing in your scoreboard even and reinforcing these score lines, but especially when we've cut from this paper, because it is an 180 GSM, I find there's actually no need to go in and reinforce those lines with the scoreboard. So we're just going to fold, mount and fold those two inner score lines, so doing exactly the same on one side as we've done on the other, so just folding those over and then just flattening those out a little bit so we can move on to the next section. So we go mountain, valley, mountain. So the next one is going to be valley. So we just fold inwards like so, so very much like a concertina, and we'll do exactly the same on the other side.
And if you're going to create a cracker, because I know some people will create crackers for, as I said, to put a present in, but if you want them for the dinner table, you're better off doing it with a slightly lighter weight cardstock, aren't you? Because you don't want to be pulling like a sort of 250, 300 GSM
Definitely,
cracker.
Yeah. So something sort of paperweight like a 180 is going to be ideal for creating those pullable crackers, shall we call them. Let's just go around, then the final one is going to be a mountain fold again, doing exactly the same on both edges, and you can see then we've started to create that shape of our cracker. Then it's just about these internal score lines here, and these are just going to mountain fold all around on each other to give us that lovely curvature, that shape to our cracker, and just carry on folding round those score lines. It's very easy to do, especially when it's a lighter weight, a paperweight like we're using here. rather than a thicker cardstock, which might require perhaps to go in with your scoreboard to just reinforce those score lines. But you can see, as we're doing here, it's very easy when you've got a 180 GSM paper. And most of our paper pads tend to be 180 GSM, so they're perfect for this sort of technique. That's the main cracker body, so to speak, our cracker body. And then we're going to bring in some of our embellishments here. So let's grab a couple of our gorgeous decorative panels. So each of the 3 outer borders are exactly the same. Then you've got a choice of 3 different inner borders for your detail. So we're going to go in with this gorgeous, almost like a star design, and we'll grab some of our cardstock. So we'll cut our inner die alongside that outer die, and that will cut that detail out of our cardstock. So we'll cut those 2 together at once. Same technique as we were doing earlier on with our Patchwork Creator cards, by taping the 2 dies together, making sure we've got an even border between the 2 dies, so it's going to be nicely lined up just like so. And then we'll take the outer border, and I absolutely adore this cardstock. It's our ice blue, and the luxury card where you get the 3 in the pack, your mirror, your matte mirror, and your glitter. It's gorgeous. That colourway is beautiful. It's like a silvery sort of blue, a really cool blue colour, and it goes perfectly with your silver cardstock. And we'll take that into position so we've got the solid from our glitter, and we'll just run that through our die cutting machine. Like I say, all those smaller dies could be going through those smaller machines as well. So perhaps you're going to be batch making, and you're going to be cutting all the crackers in your craft room during the day. Then perhaps on the evening you're going to sit in front of the telly with your little lap tray, your mini die cutting machine. Then you can cut all the panels ready to be stuck onto your main cracker pieces. Let's just remove those from our die. So we've got our rectangle there, our backing plate if you like, and then if we ease this one out of the die, you have got your beautiful detail there. How beautiful is that from that mirror card? Looks almost like metal, doesn't it, when it's cut from mirror? I love mirror card. I think it's perfect, especially for your Christmas makes. It really does add that little touch of luxury and decadence. It's great, especially when you're making your crackers, because it's going to look like they're ever so expensive, but you know you've just created them yourself from your cardstock that you've probably already got in your crafty stash, and a few of the essential items.
And I think that's the thing to say, isn't it? You talk about like the expensive buying a box of crackers from the shop.
They're a fortune.
They are. Like if you get, they usually come in like 6s or 12s.
Yeah, they do.
A 12 box is going to cost you upwards of maybe 12, 15, possibly £20.
Easy, yeah, easily, absolutely. I always remember years and years ago, and unfortunately the shop is no longer with us, British Home Stores.
Oh, yes.
Me and my mum used to go before Christmas. That was like our treat crackers. We get the special crackers, you know, for Christmas Day, the dead fancy ones that turned out to not be quite as fancy.
You get screwdrivers in them, wouldn't you? Or like a tape measure.
They were ever so fancy then. We used to go and get the luxury crackers, and they used to, fair enough, they used to look quite nice on the outside. I mean, not a patch on a handmade cracker, that's for certain. But on the inside, oh my goodness, naff as anything. The shoehorns, the funky little fish, whatever we call them. The shoehorn was good, but let's be honest, for most people it's probably naff.
I still can't believe you got a shoehorn and a cracker. That's one thing I've never seen. It was a mini one, I have to say.
Yeah. God, yeah, that was ages ago. I've not had one since, but yeah, that was a brilliant cracker gift, was that. Still with me to this day. Still got it after however many 3 or 4 house moves. I'm still with the shoehorn.
Oh dear.
I know. Good old crackers, eh?
I know, like all of the different things. Michael says, I remember Christmas crackers that had a plastic fish which curled up in your hand. That was the fortune-telling fish.
Michael, what you didn't know was that fish, when it was curling up, it was actually telling your fortune.
Yes.
Scary as that sounds, it was.
If only you knew what that fish was telling you.
Absolutely.
Oh dear. Helen Stewart says, I got a folding comb about 10 years ago. I've still got it in my handbag.
Do you know what? I think I might have had one of those a few years ago. Not that I've still got it now. It was clearly not much use, but yeah, I think I've had a comb before.
And Lenore says, crackers are not a tradition in the US. I'm 66 years old and I've never opened one. It sounds cute. They are really good fun. The only thing I would say is, obviously, we give you everything here to make your own crackers, and we've got all of the hats, the jokes, and the tissue paper. The things that you'll need to provide, so a gift for the inside, and if you want the true cracker experience, you'll just need to purchase some bangers or the actual crackers.
You don't mean sausages.
No,
anybody in the UK don't mean sausages. Bangers like the proper snaps, not bangers and mash.
Yeah. The snaps you can get from, well, if you go to that big internet site, you know the one. You can get those there. And a few other quick comments. Sensational Sky says, my dad would have drank a whole bottle of wine before even cooking the turkey, and he would be slurring his words by the time he got to pull the cracker. My dad always looked so cuddly and cute in his Christmas hat. And also, who was it who said about their Christmas hat? Oh, Helen. My dad always used to put the hat on and would still have it on at tea time.
Oh dear.
Nicola's just said her dad is the only one in the family who can actually wear the hat. Steffi said, with the crackers, where would you attach the snapping mechanism? You just sort of a little bit of like tape, I think, just to the underside of the crackers, just so it's poking out of the hole each end.
You just need it poking out of that area, don't you? I believe. Yeah.
So a little bit of tape to the top so it doesn't fall out. And I know you've touched on this already, but Crystal might have just joined us. What size machine do we need for the cracker die?
So for the outer cracker die, that large mechanism die, because that outer die is about 7.6 inches by 8.3 inches. I say about, and I give you the exact measurements as always, but that is quite a large die, so you will need an A4 die cutting machine for the actual mechanism itself.
Yeah.
All the other dies will go through those smaller machines right down to your mini, but for that large die, you will need an A4 die cutting machine.
Cool. So,
shall we make a fat cracker?
Well, I'm just
Are we ready?
excited.
He's very excited to see a fat cracker, aren't we all?
I want to
Right.
know what's going inside the fat cracker more than anything.
I ain't got anything here.
Uh-uh.
I wonder if you could fit a full Christmas pudding. I don't know why that just sprung to mind.
That would be my ideal cracker.
Would it be amazing?
Yes.
Do you know what mine would be? And this goes back to our conversation from, was it last week or the other week? A stollen, a full stollen inside. You could definitely fit one of the stollen bites in.
Yeah.
Wrap it in a bit of cling film. It'd be very glamorous, wouldn't it?
Well, and also you can get the little mini Christmas puds as well. You could get a little mini Christmas pud in there. I
Yeah,
reckon.
like the individual ones.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. They're quite nice, a little individual Christmas pudding.
Oh my
That reminds me, many years ago, in a formal crafty life, shall we say. As always, wherever you are in the craft world, you do Christmas in July.
Oh yeah.
And we started, of course, our Christmas event in July. We decided we were going to make a proper Christmassy day of it. So what we'd done is the year previous, we'd all saved a mini Christmas pudding. So we brought in the middle of June, lovely warm weather, the whole creative team, we all brought in our Christmas pudding to have for our dinner, and we all wore Christmas jumpers. And again, then I was walking into the office, I was walking down the main road with a Christmas jumper on in the middle of July.
Do you get any strange looks?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 But it was fun. Christmas puddings in July and June, why on earth not?
Why not?
It's what Christmas is all about.
Nicola's just asking if everyone on the team actually liked Christmas pudding.
I think we did, you know.
Yeah, you must have done.
I mean, when I say the whole team, there was about 4 or 5 of us. There wasn't a lot, but still, yeah, a lot of Christmas pudding
I love
lovers.
Christmas pudding with like white sauce on top of it.
Do you know what? It's funny, I didn't like Christmas pudding until a few years ago, and now I love it. How strange.
So your tastes change every 7 years, don't they?
Every 7 years, that's very
Apparently.
specific. That's
It's
very
like, yeah.
strange.
I don't know. Well, maybe in the next 7 years, Nicola, you'll change to like mushrooms. I don't know.
I can't believe Nicola doesn't like mushrooms.
I
That's
love
made me
mushrooms.
very sad. Oh, I think they're lovely. You can't go wrong with a mushroom. Right. So what we need to do is we need to start reinforcing these score lines a little bit more. So we start off with one side, with it obviously being quite a large fat cracker.
So this is 2 full cuts stuck together.
This is 2 full cuts stuck together.
Right.
There we go. You can see that starting to take shape at the top there. You might not be able to pop a ribbon around it as such, but you can see it's starting to take shape. There's something quite comical about a large cracker, let's be honest. This would be quite fun to have on the Christmas dinner table.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's keep on going around, reinforcing those score lines. And you can see as we can continue, it starts to press together to make a huge, great cracker. And then our finishing touch here onto the front. Nicholas in our ear says it's like a wheel. It is, isn't it? You could probably play games with this after your Christmas dinner. It'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? Let's just go around with one of our little embellishments here. Die cut once again from that same die set. That can go into the centre. And there is our quite comical, rather large cracker using 2 of those die sets cut together. Well, pretty easy to put together, isn't it? As you've seen in that demo. Quite fun.
I've got a lot of time for the fat cracker.
Fat cracker.
Fat cracker. Imani says, until CC, I didn't know what a cracker was. Once I learned of them, I shared them with my friends, and at work, we are adding a cracker in our Secret Santa exchange. Love that.
Oh, that's a good idea, that.
I feel like we here at Crafters TV are spreading the cracker love across the pond. And once you found out how brilliant crackers are, then tell everybody else as well. My Little Melting Pot says, my daughter, who's 7, told her teacher she wants to bring in crackers for her fall party. Now I have to make 48 crackers for her classmates, plus 3 teachers. So I've recruited her to make all of them. I think fair's fair there, isn't it, really? And Sarah Thompson says, this will be my first year using these crackers, sending one to each of my grandchildren to open since I'll not be in Ohio to give them a Christmas stocking. That's the brilliant thing about this collection, as we said, is the fact that if you do want to use the cracker die to create, you know, like a casing for a gift, you can do that. But of course, then if you use a slightly lighter weight paper, then you've got the traditional crackers that you can put on your Christmas dinner table. I don't know if you're like me, that's ask Lily actually. So whenever we have our crackers, we tend to put them in the Christmas tree. And then at Christmas dinner, we then get the kids used to it. It used to be a little treat. One of them would get to choose the crackers at the Christmas tree to put on the table Christmas Day, and then the other one would do Boxing Day.
No, I've never heard of that, but that's very sweet. What we used to have growing up, we used to have the table set with a cracker. It used to make the table look dead fancy next to the cracker, next to your cutlery on the table.
Yeah.
We used to have one, I'm sure it was Christmas Day, Boxing Day,
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, maybe New Year's as well.
I think.
New
Depending on how
Year's
many
used to have
crackers
like
we had.
a cracker and a little, what do you call it? Like a little
A party popper.
as well.
Oh, that's very celebratory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, we didn't have that.
Push the boat out, you see.
Clearly.
We're going to have a short break. We're going to give you opportunity to get checked out. Listen, if you've not picked up the cracker die yet, do it, because, as I say, it may be potentially start a whole new tradition with you and the family. It's something that you'll do then year after year after year. And if you're here in the UK, you'll know how expensive crackers can be. So this is a great way to save money over the Christmases to come, and also to really bespoke them and pop in little gifts which are relevant to the people that you are giving them to. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up, and also we will be giving away our bundle of prizes to someone who has commented in the show. So make sure you stick with us, and in the meantime, get to the checkout. So we'll meet you back here in about 4.5 minutes.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless they're coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes with the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Coming, isn't it? It's coming. Birthday is coming.
It's coming, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, nearly down with the kids. It's going to be well sick, yeah. Is that not one the kids use these days? Am I a few years out of date? I think I might be.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit,
Oh, dear.
a little bit out of date there.
Just a little bit.
It's going to be.
Get with the times.
It's going to have Riz, isn't it? Birthday Riz.
It is. It's going to slay. It's going to slay the day.
Slay the day away.
Apparently so.
Beth says, all I can think of is Jughead from the Archie's comic, looking at Ben with his hat on. I assume Jughead is a character. And to answer Donna's question as well, what was that on your head? It was a hat. You obviously weren't here for the start of the whole. You get it. I'm not putting it on again.
Go on. Donna wants you to.
Donna.
This is for Donna.
No, Donna. You get one of these in the Christmas cracker. It's the crown, right?
It's a crown. It's gone from a hat to a crown.
But it is actually a crown,
Good
isn't it?
grief.
It's the crown that you get from your cracker.
There he is. With his crown on.
Look, crown. So that's what you get when you have a cracker. No. I'm not doing what you're asking me to do in my ear.
As we mentioned previously, you're not a performing seal.
I am not. My Little Melting Pot says the teacher thought that she meant crackers, as in crackers and cheese, until I explained, and the teacher says that that's cute, so we'll have to have them. Lucky I have 2 weeks to make them. Spread the cracker love and spread the hat love in America as well, the crown love.
I'll tell you what you could do. You could fill a cracker full of crackers. And it would quite literally be a cracker.
A cracker.
Cracker. That'd be quite good, that. I like a good old cracker.
And put your cheeses in there as well, like your wrapped cheeses, like your Baby Bells.
Yeah, that'd be very glamorous, wouldn't it? Hey, Debbie Robinson would love that. She loves a Baby Bell.
She would.
Next time she's in, we'll be making these for Baby Bell crackers.
Anne said as well, you could put a pair of ladies' socks in the cracker. I know because I've done one for my daughter's birthday. The packaging is going to be way more exciting than the present.
True.
We've got a winner as well, which I'll announce in just a minute. Thank you for all the comments tonight. I love the fact that you've been super chatty. However, we just quickly wanted to go through the paper pleating collection. The showstopper is not available. However, you can still get everything that you need to be able to make the most amazing projects. And I'll take you through them all. So you've got all of your templates and then the folders to be able to create the effect to make things like, in different sizes, butterflies. You can create beautiful stars. Is that a star or a flower? Could be either.
It's called a star, but, you know, we'll go with it.
Flowers. Then you've got, again, loads of different templates to make different sizes and shapes of foliage. By the way, we chatted this in the show. The little lines that you're going to get on your templates, by the way, just to show you which way you're going to use those with your folders. More flowers.
Or snowflakes.
Or snowflakes.
Read the board, Ben, read the board. Somebody's very lovingly created those boards for you.
Oh, it says on the front. Ah!
Yeah!
It says on the front. I was looking on the back and it just says paper pleater. I don't even look at the front, I always look at the back.
Oh!
Yeah.
I could write all sorts on the back of these boards, couldn't I?
Do you know what we need?
What
we
do you
need somebody new to come in and do the boards.
Wonder who that could be.
Yeah, and
a board cutter extraordinaire.
And sticker extraordinaire.
And sticker, yeah, I apologise, both jobs.
And writer extraordinaire.
And writer extraordinaire.
Yeah, I've been writing, cutting and sticking.
Oh, I know all about it. It's been doing a good job. So the boards on birthday, if they're stuck wonky, chances are it's not me to blame.
And if anything falls off, I won't be able to go, oh, for goodness sake, something's fallen off again, because it will be my fault.
It will be you.
Although having said that, Nicola did help as well, so I could potentially blame Nicola.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if Johnny's producing.
Yeah. Yeah. Producer Johnny did help, but he cut about 2 things, and he got bored.
He did. He cut some circles. They were very useful for the Zen garden board that I created this afternoon.
Ooh. Banners or rosettes, and then you've also got your leaves there too. You also will get with this set your folders, and you can see hopefully on the boards there that the indentations, if you like, the score lines are thicker and thinner depending on what you want to do with your templates, and you're also going to get your punches as well, so you get your little mini punches with the circle, heart and star. All of that is £38.40 or $48. Quick look through some finished samples with Lily, and then I'll tell you who's won the prizes from this show. What you got?
Oh, we've got some gorgeous samples using your paper pleated collection. These are so much fun. If you want to add a really luxurious look and feel to your projects, these are going to allow you to do just that, with everything you need included: the paper, the templates, the embossing folders, even the punches. And look how amazing that it looks with your glitter glue actually around the edges of that snowflake. Perfect for all of those Christmas makes that you'll be creating in the coming weeks and months. Then we've got this fabulous, almost like a star design, using that gorgeous rosette into the centre there, doing a little bit of pleating for that fantastic embellishment along the edge. And then you've got some of those punches to actually embellish your creations as well. And talk about a show-stopping creation for this one. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Creating your very own rosette. That could be for any sort of celebration. Perhaps somebody has passed an exam. Perhaps they passed a driving test. It could be anything like a milestone birthday, like an 18th or 21st. That would work incredibly well. But using other papers, aside from what you actually get within that paper pad, here we've used that gorgeous B-side from your Colour Your World collection. And then finally, just showing you those gorgeous butterflies, 3 of those onto your card. And what we've done here is we've actually taken some of our white paper, we've inked that using some of our water reactive inks, and then we've laid up those designs to create that beautiful butterfly card. It'd be amazing for home decor. You can pop these into some of your deep box frames as well. They'll look amazing like that. Or how about even on the top of gifts to really set off your presents perfectly. It's an incredible collection. It's actually very easy to create these. Have a little look back on launch day with Craig. I know he did some amazing demos last Monday, I do believe, Monday the 30th, with these. Some incredible demos showing you how easy and how fun it is to put these paper pleated creations together.
Love all of the paper pleating samples, says My Little Melting Pot. And Crystal Hodges says, a cracker. Now that would be a crack up. It would, wouldn't it? It'd be a cracking thing, a cracking cracker.
Cracker, we are crackers about crackers. There you go. Lots of, that could be the birthday song.
Huh?
That could be the birthday song. It was so good, wasn't it?
I think that is the birthday song now.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Crackers, we're crackers for crackers. It's true.
It's been a long day.
It certainly has.
Well done to our winner tonight. Thank you everyone for all of your comments. We've really enjoyed them, from you guys chatting about what you're looking forward to on birthday, to superheroes, to what your superpower would be, to bins. I mean, we have chatted it all tonight.
We certainly are.
And we have selected one winner. Tonight's winner is Jane Adams. Congratulations, Jane. I did really like your comment as well, actually, just saying that your superpower would be the ability to spread kindness everywhere whilst flying. So you've won a selection of goodies from the Wild at Heart collection, including the Gilding Flakes collection. You won some dies, and also you've got the feathers as well from the fabulous Amazing Flamingos. Message us, Jane, and we'll get that sent out to you. CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. It's been a brilliant couple of days. Thank you, Lily, for stepping in. Thoroughly enjoyed your company.
I've had a great 2 days. It's been brilliant. Craft Your Stash, I've super enjoyed it. And tonight's been brilliant as well. It's been a little bit wacky, a little bit crackers, so to speak, but it's been great fun. And thank you so much for everyone at home for joining us throughout the last 2 days. Debbie Fisher is up tomorrow, hopefully bringing a little bit more calm and decorum to the proceedings.
No chance of that happening whatsoever. However, we do have some fantastic shows for you tomorrow. She's got a craft along tomorrow at this time. Well, I say this time, 5 o'clock, live at 5, the Thanksgiving collection. So if you did pick that up in this show, that will be one to kind of bookmark and note for when your goodies arrive. If you've already got it, keep your eyes peeled on the socials so you know exactly what you need. If you want to craft along live with Debbie on that show tomorrow. And of course, we're back at midday. So that's 7 a.m. for you if you are Eastern. It's 4 a.m. if you're Pacific. We're carrying on with the Craft Your Stash shows, which I know you guys have found very informative over the course of the last couple of days. We've done stamping. We've done glues. Tomorrow we're tackling all things stencils. So if you want to find out more, make sure you join us. I know Debbie's going to be covering a whole host of different things you can do with your stencils, but you might have a question. So note it down and get ready to ask us tomorrow. But for now, massive thank you to all of the team. Thank you to Lily. Thank you to Susie on the socials tonight. Thank you to Jake and Tracy and Jamie and Nicola. Most importantly, thank you to you. We'll catch you here again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, bye for now.
Bye.